of it, lot of content is discussed, almost so many contents we discussed. Data encapsulation and data abstraction also we discussed it. And related to that, next OOPS features we are going to start, inheritance and polymorphism, both of them are again one more pair of concepts. But I am splitting that, I am explaining separately about inheritance. Later I will inheritance clubbed with what? Polymorphism. In middle of it, I will discuss method overriding also, I will add. And combined together, I will explain. So first I am going to discuss about inheritance. Purpose of inheritance. Purpose of what? Inheritance. Next we will talk about definition of inheritance. Definition of inheritance. Definition of what? Inheritance. Next I am going to talk about what? Memory management in inheritance. Memory management in inheritance. Memory management. Memory management in inheritance. Next, I am going to talk about types of inheritances. Types of inheritances. And next, I will talk about here one more point, advantages of inheritance. Why we are coming to the advantages of inheritance. Advantages of inheritance. Types of inheritances. A. Single inheritance. Single inheritance. There I will talk about next multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Next I am going to talk about multi-level inheritance. C is called what you know. Hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Next D is called what you know. Multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. And next is E called what? Hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. Fine. And next we are going to talk about syntax for inheritance. Syntax for inheritance followed by programming examples on every type of inheritance. This is the agenda of this topic. Now I am going to start with inheritance topic I am going to introduce. Fine. So let me start why we need this inheritance. Fine. Can we start? Yes. Now I am entering into inheritance importance here. I am going to start why this inheritance is required. Importance of inheritance I am going to talk. In our Python classes, already we have seen some reusability in my classes, right? Code reusability we have seen. In how many ways you have achieved code reusability in my classes already? Number one, by using very good functions. Next, very good. Next, packages. Do you know the difference? What are the functions can do? What type of reusability it can provide? Within the same program, code can be done. Ultimate heart of the Python programming is functions. Not only in this, any language, functions are important. Okay, now? Okay, functions will provide the operation and provides the code reusability in the same program. Second one is what? Functions cannot provide the reusability across the programs. To have the reusability across the programs, I'll go for what? Modules. Modules will provide the reusability across the programs, provided both module and main program present in the same folder. Okay. Next is what? Packages. What is the packages reusability? Across the folders, across the drives, across the environments, across the IDEs, everywhere else we can access. That is called what? Reusability in the functional programming. Functional programming reusability is called functions, modules, and then packages. Black t-shirt. How many reusable techniques in functional programming? Stand up. No, you are good. My favorite student. Tell me. How many? 3. Number 1, functions, modules, packages. Difference between module and package? We can use మల్టిపుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అది చెప్పాను నేను అట్లా అలా చెప్పాను నాట్ వినట్లేదు కదా కరెక్ట్ యూఆర్ కాన్సంట్రేటింగ్ సమ్వేర్ వేర్ USA Ukraine please listen the class sit up now the importance of inheritance I am going to take when you come to object oriented programming the reusability mechanism is going to come by using what inheritance what is the concept name through inheritance only I can reuse let us take one simple diagram let us take some simple diagram careful one simple diagram I will take it look at students now let us take there are 30 team members who are developing one project there are 30 team members who are developing one project so there is a or otherwise you take it like that you take 30 students are there with me for example 30 students are there with me all these 30 students need one method easy students catch me quickly methods in whoops present in dash very good class what is that class now I am writing class name called what QR code class name is called QR code what is this is called class name what is the method is available here def generate QR code of that has available in this some set of lines are written some piece of code is written here how many lines of code is written for example some 6 lines of code is written assume some 6 lines of code is written by spending lot of time on that area around 5 minutes of time spent by thinking various logics and 5 lines of code is written 5 lines of code is written are you following now this is developed by a teacher in the class such a type of QR code also necessary to be defined by what 30 students which kind of environment we are students we are in object oriented modeling we are in there I am writing this is my first student this is my second student like that I am having 30 students are there with me I am having 30 students are there with me so I am having 30 students are there with me so on 30 students are there take care carefully here I am writing 30 students are there with me what is this class names they are taking student stud1 stud2 now I am writing here stud2 I am writing stud3 stud3 so on I am writing here stud30 now they also need what QR code they need all students need all 30 students need same QR code logic they need what is the best approach you tell me already the QR code logic is written by what teacher in the form of a method which is present inside of the class called QR class understand such a type of code who need student 1 they don't know the concept of inheritance and this is not a functional programming it is not a functional programming is it a functional programming no what is this object oriented programming where is my method is present inside the class what is your class name student 1 this student 1 if you write the same lines of code if you are normal student if you don't know whoops principles 5 lines of code you are writing and wasting 5 minutes of time again what will happen tell me now like that you are writing 5 lines of code you are writing everybody writing 5 lines of code and then 5 minutes of time they are writing again and again they are writing what will happen Same code they are writing, same time they are wasting it. What is happening because of that? Is it not waste of time? This is called a waste of time. Same lines of code, same minutes of time they are writing again and again. Is it not called a drawback? What are the drawbacks will come? Number one, application development time is more. Right or not? Because same code everybody is writing. Number two is called what? Memory space. Application memory space is more. Because of more memory space, definitely execution time is more. Because of more memory space, more execution time, performance problems arises. Performance of the application gradually decreases. And then fifth one is called what? Redundancy of the code is more. These points I already said in the functions also. The beginning days. When I am explaining functions, I said these points. And the same points I am introducing in where? Oops level. So far what we discussed, only one class only we developed it, only one class separately we are executing. Now we are establishing the relation between what? Class to class transmission I am explaining. Are you following? In human relations, father properties come to the childs and child properties will go to the further childs, like inheritance in the lifetime. In the programming also that are going to come. Are you following this? If your properties, your parents' properties are so big, those properties are coming in your without working also same code will come or not? Same manner, here also I am trying to say these are the drawbacks in whoops when we don't follow inheritance. These are the drawbacks of what? Without inheritance. What are the drawbacks? Once again I am saying, number of lines are more, writing again and again. Application development time is more. Second is what? Application memory space is more. Performance is going to be reducing like anything. Execution time is more. And the same code you are writing again and again. Redundancy is increasing. Suppose if you are writing the same code these many times, all of a sudden somebody asks you to change. Every person has to change or not? That gives you some places changing, some places may not be changing it. To avoid this type of problems of changing, we want to change in one place, it should reflect in all the places. So these factors makes us to go for what? Inheritance. How to do that? I am going to introduce the common code, the required by the 30 students will be developed by the teacher one time, 5 minutes time, 5 lines of code is mentioned. That type of method, obtaining from which class to which class? Teacher class to which class? Student class. Obtaining the mechanism of the process of obtaining methods, data members from one class into where? Another class is known as which mechanism? Inheritance. The process of obtaining the data members. And then what? Methods. Methods from one class into where? Another class is called inheritance. Once these methods and data members are inherited into this class, they are not taking any memory space. That is the one special point here. They are just available like a virtual. What do you mean by virtuality? We feel that they are there, but in reality, they don't take any memory space. Suppose online students are there. They are in my class, but are they taking any chairs here in the class? No, that is called what? Virtual existence, that is called. Did you understand, students? In my system, database is not there. In cloud place, some database is there, but I'm accessing in my system. That is nothing but what? Virtual database concept. So something like that, the code what you have written, the time what you spend is not spending by you the same thing like this in the student one class. So I am obtaining this QR code automatically into which class? Student one class. I am not spending this amount of time. This QR code is coming automatically into my student one class, student two class. Just the student one, student two, n number of students can call that function directly without writing what code? Source code, they don't write it because that source code is automatically coming into which classes? Whoever is inheriting, automatically that code will be coming into these places. So how many times I am defining my function? Only one time in one class. That same kind of code is inherited from one class into where? Another classes. The class which is giving the data members and methods is called what? Base class, or we can call it as what? Super class. And you can call in your normal point of it is called what class? Parent class. And these classes, student 1, student 2, etc. classes are called what? Sub, or what derived or what child classes. Don't call it as a parent and child here. You call it as what? Sub or derived. Are you able to follow this? A teacher in the class, for example, a teacher in the class, a student in the class is called what? Knowledge transformation is going on. So student is known as which class? Base class. Student is called which class? Derived class. Super class, and then what? Subclass. There is a lot of topics I am going to cover. Carefully listen. First of all, are you following the importance of inheritance? Because of this inheritance, is student 1 writing the code for QR code logic? No. Simply we are doing what? Reusing the methods of one class into where? Another class without writing the source code, without taking the physical memory space. That is the benefit of what? Inheritance. Go to operating system evaluation. Take one more example. There is no hurry at all. Take one more evaluation, student. Take Windows operating systems. Beginning, which OS is developed by Microsoft? DOS, very old operating system. After that, first GUI came from where? Windows 95. Next, Windows 98, Windows NT, Windows XP, Windows 8, Windows 7, etc. So many OSs came. Come start here. This is the first DOS based OS. They spend a lot of time to write the code of this DOS. Later, what they developed? Newly they developed what? Windows 95 operating system. Windows 95, when they are developing, they spend a little amount of time and they obtained the same development of DOS into where? And when they are developing the new OS called Windows 98, enhancement only they are doing. When they are doing the Windows 98 OS, they carry forward the previous code into Windows 98. When they are coming to Windows 98 to next what? Windows NT, Windows NT. And these OSs you might not be knowing it. Later what is coming here? Windows XP, Windows XP. Might be you are aware from Windows XP onwards. Next after that, what is happening? From Windows XP to where it is coming? It is also inheriting the features from where? Inheriting into where? Windows 7, Windows 8. So many number of things coming or not? And this is Windows 10, Windows 11. So many things are there. So tell me, this operating system evaluation, is it getting the features from older operating system to new operating systems or not? Take your mobile apps, ma. Samsung, you take it. Samsung, you take it. So many mobile models are coming or not? What are these mobile models are coming? First mobile coming, it takes some time. Later onwards, it takes less time to release the models or not? They are nothing but reusing the previous code as it is, adding some enhancements and then moving forward. Did you understand my point? So finally, I'm going to give a conclusion that what do you mean by inheritance? When do you require that? Suppose already I developed a previous project in ICICI banking for 1 year back, and ICICI people are having a new domain they added. I will add the new domain. I will get the previous code as it is into my project. What this mechanism is known as? Inheritance. So inheritance, I hope you are understanding the meaning of importance of inheritance. What are the advantages of inheritance, students? Come on. The purpose of inheritance concept is to build what? Reusable applications. The purpose of inheritance is to build. What is the purpose of classes concept? Don't know. What is the purpose of classes? To develop programmer defined data type and to develop real-time applications. Why do you develop programmer defined data type? For customized data storage and customized operations. If you don't remember all these things, problem. What is the purpose of object? To store the data. To create an object, we need a class. To do any data processing, we need to take what? Object. Next, what is the purpose of constructors? To initialize the object. What is the purpose of instance data member? To store specific data. What is the purpose of class level data member? To store common data for all the objects of same class. What is the purpose of instance method? To perform specific operations on the object. What is the purpose of class level method? To perform the common operations on the objects. What is the purpose of static method? To perform the universal operation for all the objects of your project. What is the purpose of destructor? To destroy the memory space, which is called by the garbage collector when an object is destroyed. Automatic garbage collection, forcible garbage collection, so much of story. Data encapsulation is to hide the information. Data abstraction is to get the information without considering about your background hidden details. Even gunshot questions with the coding I explained. No book will contain, no internet will contain that points. You just search it. I already told you that. Next, inheritance purpose is to build what? Reusable applications in OOPS. Reusable applications in functional programming, functions, modules, packages. If they ask overall Python, how many reusable concepts? 4. Functions, modules. Yes. Even in inheritance also, I will use modules. I will use packages also. Understand class? Okay. So now what is the advantages of inheritance? Number one, development time is very less. And the space is also taking very less because I'm writing one time and everybody is reusing that kind of code from one class into another class. Obviously takes memory space once or more than once. In other places when you are using, you feel that that is there, but in reality, they don't take it. That is called virtual memory management. It will follow. Logical memory management, it will follow. What the logical memory management says? We feel that it is existing, but in reality, neither they are existing, nor we read the physical source code. That is the meaning of logical memory management or virtual memory management we can call. Are you following? What is the definition of inheritance? The process of obtaining data members, methods from one class into another class. Okay, this is known as base class or super class. This is called what? Derived class or subclass we can call. Dear students, it's not only data members and methods also can be inherited. In Java, constructors will not be inherited. In the constructor properties, I told that constructors participates in inheritance process. We'll see programmatically in the class. Constructors can be inherited, methods can be inherited, data members can be inherited of one class into where? Another class. These things are called features we can call. What they are called? Features we can call. Features of one class into where? Another class. The class which is getting inherited is known as what? The class which is giving is called base class. The class which is getting is known as what? Direct class. Did you understand this introduction? So what is the use of inheritance? To build reusable applications in OOPS. Every OOPS principle advantage is there that you have to remember it. So in Python, how to implement inheritance? There is one syntax. In C++ is there, Java is also there, .NET is also there. In every language, in every OOPS language, syntax is there. Now I want to show you, students in online, did you understand up to here? Go to the, I will, instead of writing that entire thing, I would like to speak, I would like to take that point. I would like to take that point, students. I would like to take it. Inheritance concept, I want to bring it. Let me take up OOPS here. I will bring the inheritance concept here. I'll just want to show you some sort of mechanism I want to show you. So I will be getting, just for a minute, I'll be getting that information. So inheritance related kind of concept I want to get it. So under OOPS, under inheritance, I will bring this notes and I will take care. And coming to this place, here under this whoops, I'll create a folder here. Inheritance I will say, because I need not write the same mechanism once again. Programs I will write it in the class. Now let me open the inheritance part. Introduction to inheritance I will open. Let us watch this and try to read out. Whatever I said, just try to read out. Inheritance is one of the distinct feature of what? Oops. The purpose of inheritance is that to build reusable applications in Python object-oriented programming. Well, I think you understand the meaning of what? Reusability. Reusability is what? Class to class. Class to class. Next, I already told you in functional programming, what are the reusable things? Functions, modules, packages. In Whoops, function is not available freely. Function is called a method, is a part of what? Class. Definition of? So the process of obtaining the data members, methods, constructors. Those three are called what? Features of one class into another class is called what? Inheritance. The class which is giving data members, methods and constructors, which is called features, is called what? Super or base or parent class. Don't take the last word. Try to use this word. The class which is taking data members, methods and constructors is called sub or derived class or child class. The inheritance concept always follows logical or virtual memory management. What is this memory management says? This memory management says that neither we write the source code nor takes physical memory space. Physical memory, logical memory. Physical memory means that will be measuring. You can measure it in form of what? Hard disk space. But in the case of this logical meaning, you cannot measure it. They are available, but you cannot measure it. Like a simple general example I said, online students are there in the class, but they are not taking any memory space. They are there. That is nothing but what? One sort of what? Virtual classroom they are using it. So did you understand this logical memory management? Come to the point of it. Advantages of inheritance. What do you mean by that? When we develop any inheritance based application, we get the following advantages. What is the first one? Application development time is less. Application memory space is less. Why development time is less? Because my team leader will write the code. I will just reuse it. I'm not spending the same time as my team leader is spending. That's why development time is less. Whose code is having the space one time? I will use the same space in my place also without taking any space. That is nothing but space is less. And it is going to be fast in executing because it is not taking the memory space again and again. And once space is less and then space execution is less, performance is more improved. Redundancy means what? Duplication of the code is what? Minimized. These are the advantages of what? Inheritance. Did you understand this point? This is just definition, advantages, inheritance. From this, definitely one or two questions will be coming. Purpose of inheritance, compulsory question. Definition of inheritance, definition of base class, definition of derived class, and memory management in inheritance. Which memory management it will follow? What is this memory management says? We feel that code is there, but in reality, no space is taking. In reality, we are not writing the code, but as it is, that will be coming to our place. How can we call that? With respect to object name, with respect to self, we can call it with respect to CLS, depends on the environment. Understand? Right. And advantages also we understand. Now I would like to say how to inherit the features means what? Data members, methods and constructors from one class into where? Another class. How to inherit it? How many models are there? Now I am going to introduce students. I am going to introduce next part of the concept. I am going to take it. Types of inheritances. I am going to talk types of inheritances. Types of inheritances I am going to take it. So see students, types of inheritances I'm going to take up. Take care. Now, what do you mean by type of inheritance? First of all, type of inheritance is one model, students. Is called one type of what? Model. Is called one type of what? Diagram. Is called one type of model or what? Diagram. It's one model or it is called one type of diagram, which makes you to understand how the features are inherited from one base class to another derived class. Let me give you some sample examples here. Type of inheritance is called one type of model, or it is called one type of diagram, or it is called, some people can say it is called one pattern, which makes you to understand how the features are inherited from one class to another class. That is the meaning of what? Inheritance. How many types are there? There are 5 types are there. Single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, hybrid. I am going to explain that. Just watch it. A parent and then child. A parent and child. This is called which type of inheritance? This is called base class. Single base class is there. Single derived class is there. It is an example of what? Single inheritance. What did you understand with this? A child is getting the properties from the parent. This is known as what? Single inheritance. I will explain the coding things so many. Next, second one I am going to talk. Next is called what? It is called parent. It is called parent, and parent is giving the properties to child. And parent was also once upon a time he was a child. This child is getting the properties from his parent. For you, it is called a grandparent. Yes or no? For his grandparent was also once upon a time, he was also child. He got the things from his parents. Like that. I am not writing that entire tree. This is enough for it. This is called what? Multi-level inheritance we can call. Spell out once. What is the, you please consider both of them, students. You consider these two things. What is GP? Base class. What is P? Derived class. Maatladandi, instead of shutting our mouth, speak in the class. Some of the students simply sitting and watching. Open your mouth and try to learn some English words. What is grandparent here? Base class. What is parent? Okay. Now, come down to that. What is this class once again? Base class. What is this is called? Consider these two. Parent is called what? Base class. What is this child is called? Derived class. So this class is acting as what? Derived class as well as what? It is known as what? Intermediate base class we can call. Spell out. Intermediate base class meaning is, in one context it is acting as a derived class. In another context it is acting as what? Base class. This type of class is known as which type of class? Now tell me. I am going to write one more thing I am writing. So you are taking here something like this. Grandparent, and then parent, and then child. What are these two classes are called? Intermediate base classes. What is this class called? What is this class called? These are intermediate base classes. This is called base class. This is called what? Derived class. This is called which level of inheritance? Multi-levels. Did you follow me? Good. Coming to next, online students. Are you following me? Next. One more type of inheritance is called what? Hierarchical inheritance I am going to talk. Hierarchical inheritance. See that a boss in your company, under that lot of employees are working. This is known as what? Base class. Under that lot of subclasses are there. Under that lot of derived classes are there, which is known as what? Hierarchical inheritance we can call. See that different models are coming. A teacher in the class, under the teacher, lot of students are listening the class. It is known as what? Hierarchical inheritance. Are you able to get, students? Yes. Single base class, single derived class. Which inheritance? Single inheritance. Intermediate base class, derived class. Which inheritance? Multi-level. One base class, multiple derived classes. Hierarchical inheritance. You take your education system. LKG teachers, UKG teachers, and next is called your primary school teachers, and next is called what you know, your high school teachers, and next is called your intermediate teachers, and then your engineering teachers. Your engineering teachers, and you are there, and the student is here. Take care. Student is there. Their knowledge is coming to you. By this time, you must be a parent of Rosam, because so many people's knowledge is coming to you. Even sound లేదు ఏం లేదు అసలు. So many people's knowledge came to you. What is your knowledge today? What is your zero na? ఏం చెప్తాను, షాకింగ్ న్యూస్ ఫర్ మీ. What is your knowledge? Say. What is that? What is the knowledge? నాకు సేమ్ ఉంది అసలు. So finally, this is called what inheritance? Multiple inheritance. Which inheritance? Multiple base classes are there. I don't want to comment on it. I want to comment more and more, but I don't want to comment. Multiple base classes, and next is called what? Single derived class is called what? Multiple inheritance. So many people's knowledge need to come to your brain. Here some lakhs, all that finally that lakhs weight one side and your knowledge one side. You measure by keeping into where? This side and this side. Try to take the measurement. Which one is height is more? Money weight is more. Student knowledge is very less. Am I correct? So, what you will do now? Sir, whatever is happened, sir. Then we cannot. This I am saying, at least your future generation, you take care, I am saying. Your future generation, will you go make them to go for engineering? Say, what you, up to what you will make them to study? Intermediate is enough. They will become that time software engineer, because the education is going to change rapidly. There is no in that. Let us come into that. What is that inheritance called? Multiple. Spell out. Next. Take care. Next I am going to take C1 to C2. What type of inheritance it is? Class 1, class 2. Which inheritance? Come on. Right. And C2 is having one more kind of class, C3, and next is called what? C4. What is this? You just look into that. And C students, this is called which inheritance? Single. What is this inheritance is called? Hierarchical inheritance. Single base class, multiple derived classes, multiple are they. Hierarchical, that is called. Even in textbooks also, they will write in something bigger. You type it in any of the good internet websites, you see. Hierarchy means what? A boss under that lot of people. That is called hierarchy or not? A department in college, one HOD will be there, under that faculties will be there. That is called hierarchy under. Multiple under? No. So coming to that, this is called which inheritance? Hybrid. Combination of multiple available inheritance types. Let me explain in another way. What is this combination is called? Multi-level. What is this combination is called? Two multi-levels clubbed together, it is called what? Come on. That's all. Hybrid. One hybrid I prepared it. Next, I'm going to say one more here. C1 is here. Next is called C2 is here. And next is called what here? C3 is here. Which type of inheritance this is? Hierarchical. Now I am going to take it what here? C4 I am taking. The above one is known as what? What is that? Okay, below one is called what? Multiple. That is looking like a rhombus or not? That is looking like a diamond. which is known as a diamond problem in Java. It is there, which is not actually diamond problem is not there. Amirpet people created this diamond, gold, everything. Actually, diamond. This is also one question in interviews. Actually, this is not a diamond problem. Combination of hierarchical inheritance and then multiple inheritance is known as what? Forming a diamond. In Java, it is not supported. In Python, it is a super. It can support anything. I will tell you that. Even lot of Python faculties will say it is not supported. I will show you so perfectly to you. That's why I'm explaining this OOP so detailedly. So I will explain this all types of inheritances so perfectly. A so big diagram I will take it to explain you perfectly. See that this is called C1. I will take this part. You just see. I will take like that. Now I am taking this part. Now I will take this part. Now I will take this now. Now I will take this. I will take like this. Mind blowing. What is this is called? So many inheritance combinations are there. You're looking like a human being. This is called a C1. Here there is a method called X. This is a method called C10. And there is a method called something like X. Here there is a method called 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 X. How this X method can call this X method only without calling this everything? Nobody can explain. I'll tell you. You ask anybody this question, nobody can answer. You go to any interview, they will ask this question. Same method. I will explain this. Okay, now. So why you will ask? Why the student will ask, sir, explain Docker, so Jenkins, etc. Because sir will start from zero and he will explain slowly, one by one, easily reachable. That's why he will ask. You will ask, suppose there is a data science is there, decision tree is there, k-mean algorithms are there. No, if they explain, you cannot understand it all. As long as you are sitting in the class, okay, you will say. Once you come out of it, they will ask you what is the applications of k-mean algorithm, decision trees. You cannot answer because grip is not there. Why grip will not come? They won't explain from zero level. Zero level means they don't know first of all. First of all, faculty should know mathematics. From mathematics applications, they need to start at least 4 to 5 cases on every algorithm. Mathematics required. Mathematics means you student need not to know. Student need to know the applications of mathematics. That is called meaning of explanation. Okay, now. So, coming to the point of it. How many types of inheritances? 5. Say once again, single inheritance, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, hybrid. See that. I'm going to take types of inheritances. Watch it. Start. A type of inheritance is a model or paradigm. That is called a diagram, which makes us to understand how the features are inherited from base class into derived class. And moreover, teaching means what we explain, the same explanation words must be there in the notes. Are you observing that? Explanation something, notes something, syntax something, program something, student is nothing. Why they don't understand what to believe, what not to believe? That is what is happening present world. So, teaching is an art that we should not miss it. Daily we need to understand. Saturday, weekend, enjoy. Monday, working day coming. That will give you gap of understanding. In Python programming, we have 5 types of inheritances. One is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple, and then hybrid. Understand? Now I want to tell you the diagrammatic form of single inheritance. Tell me, students, single inheritance, how many base classes will be there? 1 base class plus 1 derived class. In multi-level inheritance, what will be there? 1 base class plus multiple intermediate base classes plus 1 derived class. Hierarchical inheritance is 1 base class and then multiple derived classes. And then multiple inheritance, you see, students, multiple base classes and 1 derived class. And hybrid inheritance, you see, no, I will tell you. That is what you don't get the grip. Hybrid inheritance is equal to combination of available inheritance types. Yes or no? Combination of available inheritance types. It is a combination of single and hierarchical. It is a combination of hierarchical and multiple. It is a combination of any of them. Like I wrote the last one, human beings, looking like a human being. There are a lot of combinations are there. That is known as what? Hybrid inheritance. Once we give a definition, it should be rememberable by the student. And don't add your own definition. You always read research and articles of Python. You will get this terminology. By reading website, that website, this website, nothing will come out of it. Always they will add their own space. Always read the research article related kind of blogs. Don't read this normal, read always scientist related. Python scientific explanation blogs you need to read. Understand? Come to the point of it. So Shoaib Khan, explain hybrid inheritance. So I told you now, hybrid inheritance. See that once? It is called one inheritance, student. So coming to the point of it. This is called what? One class. What is the next? Coming to that now. C2. What inheritance it is? Single. That C2 is having what? One more class called what? C3. One more class is called what? C4. Tell me what is the meaning of this one? Single. Single. And what is this is called? Single plus hierarchical combination is called what? Hybrid. Hybrid and any mixing. Yes or no? Mixing. And preparing the new one is called what? Hybrid. One more is called what? This class and this class. Up to this is what inheritance? Hierarchical. And this is called one more thing is called what? Come on. Above one is called what? Hierarchical. Below one is called what? What is that combination? Again I will write it one more. What is this is again called? Hierarchical. Hierarchical plus multiple plus hierarchical is called what? Hybrid. Any combinations of that is known as hybrid. Understand? Yes. Shoaib Khan, are you okay? Now I will show you colorful definition of inheritance. Single inheritance. Because to write everything, because already you understand our meaning of it, I'll show you colorful thing which I already designed once to that. See students, colorful diagram I am going to show. Start. Now what is this inheritance? Right. See, definition. This inheritance contains single base class and a single derived class. Next diagram. C1 to where? C2. What is C1 is called? What is C2 is called? Yes. That programming examples I will explain. Right? So now coming to down, multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. This inheritance contains single base class, single derived class, and intermediate base classes. Maybe one base class, maybe multiple intermediate base classes. C1 to C2. Which inheritance? What is C1? What is C2? You take these two. What is C2? What is C3? So C2 is acting as sub and what? That is known as which class? That's it. Easy. Shall I move forward? Yes. Come down to other side. What is the next? Hierarchical inheritance. This inheritance contains single superclass and multiple subclasses. C1 is called what? And C2, C3, Cn are called what? Subclasses. This is known as which inheritance? Hierarchical inheritance. Are you able to follow? Yes. Similarly, I'll go for, because to write this again, designing and all, it takes some time. That's why I'm taking that part of it. Next, I will go for one more inheritance, multiple and hybrid. I will take it. Now, see students, multiple inheritance. This inheritance contains multiple superclasses and a single subclass. C1 to C2, Cn are called what? Cn plus 1 is called what? Subclass. Which inheritance? Multiple. Okay. Other side go. Hybrid inheritance. What is the hybrid inheritance, ma? Hybrid inheritance is equal to combination of any available inheritance types. C1 to C2, C1 to C2, single, C2, C3, C4. Okay, one combination is completed. One more combination is what? This one you see. What is this? Right. This part you see. Right. Two multi-levels are called combination. One part of it. Diagram number 2. What is this is called? Hierarchical. What is this is called? Multiple. What is this entire combinations are known as? Hybrid. Clear? Yes. Online students. Did you understand? Did you understand this part up to here? Did you understand this part? Now I am going to introduce online students. Right. Only few people are responding. Others are, I hope they are taking snacks. Correct? So, coming to the point back. Next I am going to introduce concept of diagrammatically we are going to introduce next what? How to inherit the features. Programmatically I am going to write it. Syntax I am going to write it. Syntax for inheriting the features of what? Base class into where? Come on students, derived class or subclass. Base class into where? Derived class, or super class into derived subclass. We are going to write it. Syntax I am going to write, students. Now I am coming to coding. Before the coding, syntax I need to say or not? Yes. To inherit the features of, features means I already told you, no? Data members, comma, methods, and what? Constructors of what? One class, that is of which class? Base class into which class? Derived class. We use the following syntax. What is the syntax I am writing? Now carefully follow. We use the following syntax. Now let me write the syntax. How simple it is. Now see the syntax. Now I am saying class name 1. Class name 1. I am writing indentation. Already you know the class name, how to define now? And we are already well off it, because inside the class completely explained. Now another class is also there. What is this now? Class name 2. They are separate classes. Like that I am having class name N. These are all separate classes of different friends are defined. For example, all of them I want in where? My class. Is a friend 1 defined, friend 2 defined, friend 3 defined. I want to define my own thing. Samsung one model, another model. Best features I want to get it into my own another mobile. So I will write it. Class name, CLS name, N plus 1 of I'm writing like a tuple of, like a function of class name N plus 1 of, I want which features? Class name 1, class name 2, class name N I want. What I will do here? Class name 1, comma, class name 2, and so on. What? Class name N. Say colon. Come on students, understand immediately. What is class name? 1 is called a derived class, and these are all called what? Base classes. Suppose I don't want to take the features from these places. I will remove that and I will write only this, which is called which inheritance? Come on. That's all. If I write only the syntax like that, you will ask a doubt immediately, sir, can I inherit from more than one class? That's why I'm giving bigger syntax. Bigger syntax I'm giving. Suppose if I write it, class name 1 of what? Class name 2 of class name 1, I will write it. Class name n of class name 2, I will write it. Which inheritance? Coming here, coming here. Which inheritance? Multi-level. Simple. Are you following me? Class name n plus 1. I will write here some statements. Data members I may take it. Methods I may take it on my own. And further this is going to be coming. Now I will write some explanation here. Some explanation I am going to give you. Let us start the explanation. Start, students. Here class name 1, class name 1, comma class name 2, class name 2, so on, class name n are called what? Base classes. Are called what? Base classes. Are you following me? Next I will write it here. Class name n plus 1 is called what? Is called what? Derived or what? Subclass. Subclass name. Following me? Yes. Next, one important point I want to cover. Few points I am writing here. Carefully observe it. Now, these are all called what? Class name 1, class name 2, class name n. Take one diagram, students. Take one diagram. See, this is the class name, students. This is one C1, students. C1. Okay. Next, I am having one more type of class is there. 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 So, here I am writing C2. Here I am having C3. Here I am taking C3. Here I am taking C4. Tell me, in this what is there? A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 3 and 3 and D is equal to 4. D is equal to 4. You can take also one beautiful questions are coming in interview point. A is equal to 1, A is equal to 2, A is equal to 3, A is equal to 4. Same A is there. I want to take all the A's. Already in our cases of what? Local variables, global variables, same. How we differentiate it? There is a different. It's different. Nobody will explain all these mechanisms of oops, but these are very important. Now coming to this. My requirement is, today I am applying what? Code I am writing. What is the code? Class C1 and class C1, you have the code of what? A value you are representing. Now you are writing the code as what? Class C2 of what? C1. So that you are writing some sort of extra code. Because of this, what is happening? This is going to be inherited. Which one is coming? C1 related A is coming into where? Yes, A is equal to what is there? 1 is also there. Physically or logically? Logically. Well, come on, students. Class C3 of what? C2. What is happening? There also C2 related things are coming to where? C3. What is available there? A is equal to 1 and B is equal to what also? 2. Well, class C4 of what? C3. C3. I am writing here. What is happening there? Coming to this place. There I am writing. A is equal to 1. Sorry, A is equal to 1. B is equal to 2. And C is equal to what, students? 3. Okay. Take care. Which type of inheritance? Come on. Multi? Okay, good. O1 is equal to C1 of. What is O1? Object of base class. When I create that, can I access A? Quickly. Can I access B? No. Can I access C? Can I access D? That means I can access only what? A. O1 dot what? O1 dot what? A. Valid or invalid? Valid. O1 dot B, comma O1 dot C, comma O1 dot D or what? Invalid. Yes or no? Next, coming to this, O2 is equal to C2, you say. Tell me what are valid to access, what are invalid to access quickly. O2 dot A, O2 dot B, valid. Why? A is inherited from where? C1. Well, come on next. O1 dot C, O1 dot D are what? Invalid. Are you following? Invalid. Invalid students. Go to O3 is equal to C3 of. Tell me what are valid and what are invalid. O1 dot A, O1 dot A, O1 dot O3 dot A, O3 dot B, O3 dot C are what? Valid. What is invalid? O3 dot D is what? Okay. Coming to next. Come on. O4 is equal to C4 of. O4 is equal to C4 of. Srinivas Reddy, don't go like that. Come on. O4 dot A, O4 dot B, O4 dot C, O4 dot D are what? You tell me which object you want to create when you develop inheritance. Which one? Good. Mobile model in 2000 year, like that, so many mobile versions changed, and 2023 mobile is there. Which mobile you will buy? Recent mobile you will buy. That is nothing but whenever you develop any inheritance based application, it is always recommended to create an object of bottommost derived class, because it inherits the features of intermediate base classes. It inherits the features of topmost base class. That's why we'll create an object of what? Bottommost derived class. Are you following me? So, see students. So, what's happening? Not understanding. Student name is called what's happening, not understanding. That's why happening here. What students? So student name, what's happening? What is your name, student? Once again, what is your name? You tell me first. So, what's happening? Okay, Pavan Kalan. Okay, you are already told me. My dear student, please concentrate. So, in second class, O2 dot A. Yes, student, this is O2. By mistake, I wrote it. O2, ma, this is. O2 dot A, O2 dot B. Now I will tell you. This is O2, ma. O2. By mistake, I wrote it. Why are you not saying then? Why are you not saying? Are you fearing? Wrong is wrong now. So you need to say. And you may say, if you say, sir, may ask question again, like that. Now I will write it. Pavan Kalyan did not follow this diagram. I'll tell you one small example. One example I will tell you. Now, this is called what? Father Pavan Kalyan. FPK. Last name is FPK. FPK child of PK. Pavan Kalyan said to the child of PK, go to college. DEF, go to college. Carefully listen. Self. Okay, done. Okay. Child of Pavan Kalyan said that, okay, dad, I am going to college. Taken the bag and went out. He going. DEF. Going to college. He is going to college. Self. Then going to college. In middle of it, some friend is visible. Friend said, today Friday, some new movie is coming. We'll go to movie. Okay. Child of Pawan Kalyan said that, okay, let us start. What he defined? He defined a special method. What is the method? DEF. Go to movie. Go to movie. Go to movie of self. Done. So, in the movie, in the theater, when the movie is going on, who is sitting in the chair? CPK is sitting, and the CPK friend is sitting here, and here who is sitting? Friend of what? FPK is sitting. All of them are watching. And even the in middle of interval time, when the lights on, friend of FPK has seen his friend child. And the next day morning walk, O is equal to FPK. Don't take fun answer. It is a serious example. Object is equal to FPK. Object of what? Father of FPK. Friend is asking, is your child is there in go to movie? He is asking. Yesterday your son was there in the movie. He is calling that going to movie with respect to what? FPK. What immediately father will say? No, my child is, when I told him that to go to college, I don't believe that he is going to movie, because he is having some special method in you. How it is? You are not getting this. Going to college method called with respect to O. O is an object of FPK. Immediately FPK will check in the class, and going to movie method is not there. Attribute error will come. ఇది అర్థమైతే మనం ఎందుకుంటాంలే కానీ. సో ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. దట్ ఇండికేట్. నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు అడిగామనుకో డౌట్, వీళ్ళందరూ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ పడతారు. తర్వాత అడుగు, లేకుంటే నేను చెప్పిన తర్వాత అడుగు. సో ఫైనలీ, going to movie method is specially designed by the child. That special effects of the child who don't know, parent don't know. In simple word, your parents will tell something to the student. Student will follow. They will feel like that, and they will have their own special effects, right or not? So that special effects, who don't know, which object don't know? Parent object don't know. That is what I am saying. O1 is an object of what? C1. O1 dot A is valid because it is there in itself. It don't know the special property of its child class. FPK don't knows about going to college method only, right or not? But CPK contains what? Going to movie method is also there. This movie method is not there in where? FPK. It is called what error? Attribute error. Similar manner, whether you understand this one, I don't know. Finally, C1 object is knowing the meaning of what? A only, whose belongings only it knows. It don't know the special features of its subclass. Are you following me? And the C2 knows about what? Its features which are there in the class, which are inherited from his boss, and it don't know about what? C3. And C3 knows about this ABC. It don't know about what? D. But D knows about what? All the features. So which object is better to create? Come on, C4. Now, my dear student, what's happening? Pawan Kalyan. So, did you understand, my dear student? Pawan Kalyan, I'm waiting for you. Yes, understood? Yes or no? Did you understand or not? Understanding, no. Understood. So understanding means it's a continuous process. Night also understanding, day before rest. It's a continuous process. Understood, na? Right? Did you understand? So understood. Very good. Now, very good student. Now, are you understanding me? Whenever I develop inheritance-based application, which object I would like to create? Bottommost class. Bottommost class I need to create. That is what the point I want to say. So for telling such a small thing, see how many examples I have to give. So after writing this point, I will take our favorite student doubt. Okay. Meantime, you prepare for your doubt. What do you want to ask? When we develop any inheritance-based application, it is always recommended to create an object of which class? Bottommost derived class. Bottommost derived class. Why bottommost derived class, students? Because it inherits the features of what? Intermediate base classes and intermediate base class or base classes, and what? Topmost base class. Topmost base class. So this is about the things, because bottommost derived class will be containing more features than intermediate and then than topmost class. Did you understand that point? Yes. After that, I will write something after the doubt clarification of our student. Stand up. Which class object? How do you access this now? How do you call it then? To see, virtually they are available. Which one are available? Virtual A, B, C. How do you access them? Object only we are creating. Existing. I am saying still virtually existing. Anybody understand his doubt? Adjacent student, did you understand? Base class? Base class object, what I can call? What should I call? Base class object is there. What should I call? You tell me. Yeah, I called it. Valid, I said. తెలుగులో చెప్పలే నువ్వు. ఎస్ ఉన్నాయి. కాల్ చేస్తున్నా కదా, వ్యాలిడ్ అని చెప్పినది. ఇది కాల్ చేస్తున్నా, అన్ని కాల్ చేస్తున్నా. In this class, anybody understand his doubt? If you convey me, I can move forward. Amma? Okay. ఎలా కాల్ చేస్తుంది వేరియబుల్స్ నా? చెప్పు ఆయనకు. చూడ you looking very seriously. You looking very, such a complicated question he is asking. It's very simple. How do you access the data members in oops? Two things. One is by using class, because of what? Class level data members. One more is what? Instance. How do you access? With respect to object name. How do you access them? Self, object name, CLS, class name. అయిపోయింది. Virtual means data is there or not there? See, seriously think about it. Your parent giving 1,000 rupees for you. Okay? To you, child. Your 1,000 rupees is given to you. He said that it is their bank. Said take it. How do you take it? ATM. What do you need? So that's coming to your place or not? Virtual means without working, without writing the code, we are getting as it is. You are getting the 1,000 rupees without doing anything. You are getting your parent definition is coming as this. How we are accessing? O is equal to C of child object of O dot your parent property is getting. Yes or no? Simple, student. See, one more example. I should not say this. Okay. Suppose you are there. For example, and somebody has taken adopting, and they're having more money. Total money is given to you. Is it worked money for you? It is called logically coming to you as it is or not? How you access? With their hands or your own hands? That means your object is equal to that person object. That is called child object. Dot what? O dot your base class properties. O dot your base class properties. O dot base class properties. But you did not worked for getting that money, but you are getting it or not? Simple, student, right? Come on to the point back. So doubt adute ela undalante avanali. This student got a lot of angry. Okay, let it be. Just joking. Okay, don't feel like that. So somebody must be there to ask these doubts like this. Shall I continue now? Now I am going to write one more point. Online students, did you understand this point? Did you understand this point? Now I am going to 30th point. 30th point. Right. So, Samir, every one student is wasting class time. Who wear specs? Okay. Let it be, student. Now I am going to continue the point. Shall I move forward? Now, I am going to enter into the further point. See, students, here in our Python, garbage collection facility is there or not? Garbage collector is internally calling what? A destructor. So, garbage collector is also available with every program I set. How it is available? We shown you how it is running, how the memory space is deallocating with the calculation we set. Now I am going to see how this garbage collection is coming to every program. One beautiful point I am going to say. Look at C1 is a class, C1 is a class, and the next C2 is a class, and the next C3 is a class, and next C3 is a class, next C4 is a class. Just think of it. What is C4? Bottommost derived class, inheriting from where? C3. So C4 superclass is what? C3. C3 superclass is what? C2. C2 superclass is what? So C1, C2, C3, C1, C2, C3 are explicitly we are making them as base classes. C4 superclass is C3, C3 superclass is C2, C2 superclass is C1. Who is the superclass for C1? Actually here, no superclass, na? But in Python, implicitly there exists one superclass, student. Implicitly there exists one superclass. That superclass name is object, which is a very important in NumPy and Pandas. Object. What is object? Object is an implicit predefined superclass. It is an implicit predefined superclass. Predefined superclass for all its subclasses. For all its subclasses. For all the classes, I can say. For all classes in Python. Are you able to follow? So if anybody asks you tomorrow what is an object, you can raise two things. Sir, are you asking oops related object? Are you asking class called object? So that interviewer will feel that you have good knowledge. What is object once again, ma? Implicit predefined superclass for all the classes in Python. Sir, what is the specialty of these classes? In this class only, your GC function is available. What is the function name is available? GC function is available. This function contains internally destructor is calling. That GC is inheriting into every class of your program. Did you understand this? So garbage collector is coming from which class? Object class. Now you take it. L is equal to list of. What is this line called a list? Object creation class. Who is a super class for list class? Object. For every class in Python, who is a super class? Dict, set, all the classes in Python. Who is a super class? From that class only, garbage collection facility is coming. This is a compulsory question in interviews. Who is a super class for all the classes in Python? Implicitly, object class. That point I will write. Important in OOPS and used in NumPy and Pandas. So now I am writing for all the classes, for every class in Python, for every class in Python. Now I am going to write it. See students, 1 minute. For every class in Python, for every class in Python, there exists a predefined class called, there exists an implicit predefined class. Implicit predefined class called what? Object. And it provides, and it, why super, they will ask a question, why object is a super class for all the classes in Python? And it provides what facility? Garbage collection facility. Garbage collection facility for all its subclasses, for all its subclasses. What garbage collection can do, you already know that. Garbage collection can improve the performance of Python based applications. Scenario is even in Java also, following even in .NET also. Most of the object oriented programming will follow which class? Object class. So tell me last and final I am writing. Class teacher I am writing. Here I am writing. Teacher I am writing. Here I am writing like this. I am just writing. Who is a super class for a teacher? Object. You can write happily here if you want. You can write what also. Like this you can write. What is this object is? Super class. Suppose if I write a K object, error will come. What is K object? Not there, na? It is a name error. But if I write K object, what you will get it? Implicitly it is available. It is inheriting. Even if I don't write also, implicitly who is existing? One super class is existing. What is a super class? Object. I hope you are understanding this point. Is it clear? So this is the points of what? These are points of what? Inheritance syntax. Right? So when I come back to next class, I will talk completely programming on inheritance. Complete programming on inheritance. First 1 hour I will programming on inheritance. All these inheritance types are there, na? Single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, all those things. Because up to here, I covered the concept. Only 10 minutes is there. Okay, almost it is over. So, Suresh Babu, what is that, ma? Please do not reply. What is that, ma? Suresh Babu. So, coming to the point of it, I'll go for Monday class. What I will go for it? Programs on inheritance I will talk. And the last 40 minutes I will go for what? Method overriding in the inheritance I will introduce. Because inheritance and polymorphism are the combined things. But I'm explaining separately first inheritance. Later I will add polymorphism to the inheritance. So that perfection on this. Okay? Right. So, no ma'am. What's happening? Pavan Kalyan, tomorrow no. If any workshop is there, I will tell before 3 days only for you. Okay, students? So Monday class, don't miss it. I'll do the programming on this concept. Thank you. Good day. Online students, you can hold on. I'll clarify your doubts.